Hi, my name is Dave Duklin, and today in this video I'm going to show you how to manage outcomes and the targets within those outcomes within the TAD strategic execution environment. To get started, we need to be an administrator to set up our targets within those outcomes. So we click on the Manage Targets within our settings. Brings us to this page. We want to keep our sandbox, super stretch goal, and brand promise, but we don't want the core competencies, brand promise metrics, profit per X, or trends. So let's just turn those off. We'll leave those on. Okay, those are outcomes that we are going to be tracking. It's our super stretch goal. Some people call it a BHAG. Okay, let's go and take a look at the ones that are set up for us. And here I see in the 1 year under gross margin that it's set up as a currency and there's no target for it. So that's not quite correct for us. So while gross margin is right, it is a financial target. Our target should be 15% and percent is not currency, percent is percentage. So let's go ahead and save that. We now have our gross margin set properly. If we're missing anything, we click on New Target and put in a new one. I will put a new one called Demo Item. And let's put it in a period. Let's put it in the 1 year, and let's also put it in the quarterly period. So it's in those two periods that we're going to track it. It's a process metric, and our target value is 34, and it's not a currency. It is, in fact, a whole number. And let's go ahead and save it. We scroll down, we see that it is here in our 1 year, the very bottom, and the same thing goes for the quarter. If I want to adjust it, I click on that, and I can move it to wherever I need it to be in the table. Okay, now it's all set for our users to manage it. Now we go away from being an administrator to a responsible user. Clicking on My Outcomes on the left-hand navigation brings us to the page where we can track those outcomes. Click the Super Stretch Goal to manage the text of that and set what our BHAG is. We also can go into the 1 year targets, click on the pencil icon for editing. We see our good friend gross margin here, 15% target, but we have a 9% actual for this month, and that's not quite green, that's actually going to be yellow. So let's go ahead and choose that so everybody knows it. Scroll down, save it, and we see that now gross margin has a 15% target, but this now we're running at 9% for the year, and that's yellow. Okay, so the only other area to look at is monthly targets. They work a little bit differently than our quarterly or annual ones. Click on the edit icon here, and we will see that the actual values we can only do for the months that are current or in the past. It is currently April 2017, so that's why we can't do May or June. But when we click targets, then they are all open and we can do all of the months. Okay, I don't need to make any changes here, so let's go ahead and just cancel that. And now that we've managed our targets, we've set up our targets, we go ahead and use our targets. Where do they get used? They get used on the strategic dashboard. So we click under dashboards, go to strategic, and I will just jump right here to a strategic dashboard already set up for me. And in this, I see that there are charts which represent the outcomes. So this is revenue by source that we're tracking. This comes from the same data that we entered on the previous page. And we see that there is a monthly target. There's also a source target and a source actual. Then there is a year-to-date target line. Scroll down, further down, and we see here's also where our numbers are, and this is all part of our quarterly review. So, thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoy using TAD and that it is actually a very productive environment for you. Thank you very much.